So just documenting this guy who is an official psychologist and who goes around spreading lies about me and other people. Well, I don't know about other people, but so it starts with this. So there were reactions under GeenStijl who defended who attacked Cherry Baudet for his criticism on Isr.ael, and there were memes and stuff, and someone, I'll try to edit this out, but someone responded to it with his full name, and he made like a very mild joke, and then he changed his name to Blond Groiper, and then this guy thought it was funny to use his old screenshots to expose his name. So basically I said, and people go around spreading his picture, and then Jewish.nl comes along, and I'm shadow banned, so it didn't get as many views, but it did get some views. Said, what about this? We do a debate on everything, and I kept my full face in your picture, and you can quit this bullshit, you pussy. And well, basically he doesn't respond. Obviously, they always don't respond. They always just block you when you try to question Zionists. So yeah, I make fun of their website. You know, it's about really telling the truth in an unapologetic way, and then they dox someone who, you know, talks about Israel, and so it's so pathetic. And then also people started making sharing his full name and stuff, and not just his full name where he works. And there was also another reaction that showed that someone was making threats, but I think, yeah, this guy saying, "Oh, we got a face. Look, we know how he looks." Some fucking idiot. We know how he looks. So basically threatening him. So I say, okay, so you're doxing this guy because of his Israel critical content, with your pro-Israel, you know, achterban following, with the goal of intimidation and the sharing of private information. Which is now in the Netherlands a crime or punishable. If I hear that he gets consequences from this, like from his job, or people start contacting his family or something, I will, because these jokes are also just very, very mild. I will make a official complaint with the Institute of Psychologists, the Dutch Institute of Psychologists. So this says this is not doxing. You know, he did write me on his own name. Yeah, then he changed it. So his name was like this, and then he changed it. You know, I could, of course, still. You could say that I should delete it, but because it doesn't, you know, add anything. But I actually was planning on, before I read your threat. Well, it's not a threat; it's just a consequence if you put harm to people by doxing them as a psychologist. You know, I don't think that's psychology worthy behavior. Like, what can I? It's my way of leverage that nothing comes to him. Because if something comes to him, because I added him to a chat group where we talk about these things. If something comes to him and it's because of you, then I will make a complaint. That's not a threat to you. That's just it's not a physical threat. That's just a consequence. So because this really means like you're threatening me. Well, I'm just pointing at your official status as a psychologist and pointing you to the consequences. So, because this guy, the guy who I won't show, will edit out, he came to, because we talk about the Jewish power, and he came that he saw this documentary, Europa the Last Battle, and he tried to talk about it with his parents, and his parents were like, "Oh no, this is not okay, you need to go to a psychologist, and you need to get like medicine for this." And he accepted, I guess reluctantly for a little bit, but he couldn't drive and he couldn't work, so he stopped taking the meds. And I think he said that he broke contact. I don't know if it meant with a psychologist or his parents, but he broke contact with them, and we were all like, "Damn, that's pretty heavy shit." So then he starts doxing this guy. So obviously I'm upset. So then he starts lying again. So then I send him this email because I do really want him to remove it. Because after that happened, I couldn't really talk to the guy. He says, well, guys, no. He saw my reactions to it. He says, just let it go. It's like, I'm not. I'm already kind of tired of life. Just whatever, dude. It's like, okay. And then before I could really respond, he deletes his account. So now this guy may be suicidal because maybe people are threatening his job or something, or threatening his parents, or I mean, sending info to his parents, because this guy thought it was funny to dox him with his 7.4k following. So now he not only starts lying again. Well, it is doxing. You are releasing private information which someone doesn't want on there with your fucking huge following, probably to intimidate him. That's what I imagine, to maybe send threats to the guy or whatever. Why else would you share his information, you idiot? So then he says again, so he actually, this is a typo. This is a funny typo. Not because of threats by tweet, telephone, and mail. That caused it to make me not remove it for another 7 days. But just because he is, so he says he will delete it in 7 days. But because of the threats that supposedly people have made, which is just total bullshit. That caused him to dox him 7 days longer. But because he is young and it shouldn't have to follow him a lifelong, he's still going to remove it. So it just doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to dox this guy for longer because someone else says something about it? But then also, it's just not true that I have threatened him. Because after I heard that he deleted his account and he wasn't doing well because of this guy, I wanted to call him and say, like, look, can you just delete the tweet? Because he might get something from this and I don't want it to happen. Because I invited him to chat group. I feel somewhat responsible that, he's looking at these, that he's commenting with us, let's say. We're not doing it coordinately, but it just happens. We're all interested in the same subject, and it just goes like that. So I send him, I shouldn't show that, but whatever. So I told you not to dox, you stupid provocateur. I was angry that you stupid provocateur, that you can't have some respect for people of the free word, which supposedly he's kind of a part of, people who just say the truth regardless with GeenStijl, but it's not real, I guess. So I said, me personally, I don't really care that much, but the guy doesn't want that, and he's now by accident, I don't know how you would otherwise say it, by happenstance in our Twitter chat group, and he told me that he got problems with his parents after he spoke about this, and they had see a psychologist, and he had to go on medicine, and thankfully he got off of it. But he broke off contact with these people, and then you came with your stupid head, and you said, and then I said, he responded to me basically what I just told. I'm kind of tired of life, just let it go. So you absolute idiot. If something happens to the guy, you're really done. So then you did something punishable by law, and you are like basically half responsible for whatever happens to the guy. So I said it would be smart, and I'm really not the worst, that you just remove the post purely out of respect for the people who dare to speak about corruption, and out of respect for someone's privacy. Who knows what it would cost him? It's totally unnecessary, very much elite and stupid behavior of you. It will only cost you one tweet, and what it cost someone else is much more with your Advaita bullshit, because he is like a spiritual teacher, like an Advaita kind of teacher, Eastern philosophy kind of teacher. And then the potential consequences that come from this. If you're smart, you say, guys, don't send him threats to him or his work, and you just delete the tweet. But I can already feel and sense that you're just too arrogant for that. And I hope for you and your small little shit career that nothing happens to him. Well, I literally hope that, because it's going to cost, if something happens to the guy, it's going to cost you your career. So probably your status at the Institute of Dutch Psychologists. So because he is lying about me, I wanted to just document this, because nobody is sending you threats. I tried to call him because I wanted just to get this doxing off, so the guy could get some peace and not do anything stupid. And he didn't pick up the phone. So now he says, oh, I got calls and tweets and mails that threatened me. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I doubt it, and I ask you to release it because it's just fucking bullshit. Okay, because he already wants to expose people for the smallest kind of tweets. Just very much go back to the wall of complaint, the Jewish wall with this article. Just you completely great journalists. Thanks that you take it for the minority. I hope you will take a whole family of Palestinians in your house so that the Jews can enjoy their new vacation home in Rafah. So, and then he just wanted to comment about like 1 shekel for the good goyim. So it's just a small joke. There's really nothing much about it. And then he goes on to dox the little guy. So I don't know what you're thinking, but you're doxing people, then you're making up threats, and then you're also calling me a schizo brain in the comments. I can't. Maybe you did delete it. So no, I didn't. So it says basically, this is also a bot that I exposed earlier that use AI pictures of women to spread political things for Israel. It's on our account, and basically he said, well, the typical schizo brain. So I don't know, you're trying to diagnose me now because I didn't send any threats and I'm not a schizo. So I don't know what the hell you're doing, honestly. So if anyone tries to accuse me in the future that I sent this guy threats or anything, no, I didn't. I just point you out that your behavior as a psychologist doxing people was completely unnecessary, very rude. It's basically punishable by law. You're doxing a young guy for just making a small joke about Israel. How pathetic are you? Like, it's just crazy to me.